Michelle, I gotta say, I have never heard anybody talk as passionately about accounting and accounting systems. So I love it. I really, really do. I think it's so important. And Tracy and I talk about this a lot, about having passion behind your work. And it sounds like you're talking about a lot of really important things, right? You've got the deep competence in what you do and the knowledge as a CPA with experience from public accounting to other firms to everything else. You've also, it sounds like, I don't know if you've ever gotten a certification as a counselor or a therapist, but it sounds like you are counseling and giving therapy to a lot of people as they work through the challenges of how to set, how to do bookkeeping and how to read financial statements and make decisions from the data. And I just love it. That was my initial reaction. The question that I have coming from that long-winded statement is, when you work with these other teams, how do you sort of integrate yourself in as a team member, but not necessarily part of that internal organization? So how do you think about integrating yourself into the team and being the most helpful that you can be?
Mike, thank you. I love that question. First, going back to that long initial assessment that you made, which I love. It's really funny you say that, because I actually have been called a financial therapist. No, I'm not certified in therapy, but I do think there ought to be a thing. Like it should be a thing. But yeah, to get to your question, it's really interesting. There isn't a science to it, but I find that when I have the opportunity to talk to a business owner or a administrative group or a board of directors or something to that effect, and explain to them that I'm here to help. And so I want to be there to assist in whatever way it's possible. Some people, especially some of the folks that are accustomed to, say, auditors or things like that, they get a little nervous at first when they see me coming. So, for example, not only am I a CPA, which is a certified public accountant, but I'm also a CFE, which is a certified fraud examiner. And so it really tends to kind of make people sort of step back and think, well, what's wrong? What's going on? And that's not the case at all. So, I use that accreditation, the certified fraud examiner, really although I can do fraud investigations, that's not where I spend a lot of my time, because it does take a lot of time to do a fraud investigation. I use that knowledge base and that accreditation to really help businesses and not-for-profits know what good internal controls are. So with that in mind, I explain to folks, I'm here to help, and I want to be able to find what's the right mix for you. It's not necessarily a cookie cutter type of situation. Every client is different, and what they need is different. And so we go into it with, well, what's going on? What can we do to help you? And so that's how we kind of get started initially with working with various clients. And then after a while, they realize, well, like I said before, it's kind of like it's an ongoing relationship, although we structure our engagements to just actually expire after a year, because we want to force the issue of revisiting with the clients and saying, is this working? What else is going on? What else can we do to help you? But during that time period, in some cases for some clients, maybe we're there every week doing various functions or entering transactions or helping them. And some clients, it's monthly or quarterly, and some literally will just call me when something comes up, when they have a question, when there's a problem. Oh gosh, this happened. What do I do? Or I'm thinking about opening another location. What do I need to think about? Things very simple like, we provide these services, these great services for the community, and it's therapy type of services, say for example. But we're thinking about doing a fundraising kind of campaign, and we're going to make T-shirts and sell those. And so when they let me know those kinds of things, it gives me the opportunity to say to them, okay, that's great. I love that idea. But did you know that even not-for-profits, when you sell things, you now are in the world of sales and use tax. Let's talk about what that means. What can we do to help you? That kind of thing. So once we have the ability to really meet with the client and get them to understand we're just here for them and to help them, it's this natural symbiotic kind of relationship where they know I'm here, they can call me, and they should, and let me know what's going on, and then I can easily help them and advise them with whatever might be happening at that time, or whatever thoughts they're thinking about doing next, or changes they're thinking about making. So it really does work in a very team collaborative kind of a way.
Yeah, I think that the thing that resonates with me about that, Michelle, is, we often say to our clients, hey, you can't be everything to all your customers, right? You need to know your customers. You need to know what's valuable. But also, all of us on this call have founded an organization, and you can't do everything, right? As a founder, you can't there's not enough time in the day for you to be both your CPA and business development and marketing and the actual, producer of your widget or your service. And so the nice thing about having somebody like you on the team is saying, hey, you know what? I don't have expertise in this, but I also don't need to worry about that because I know I have somebody who knows all of those things and kind of has my back, right? Like there's this nice safety net as a business owner and founder to say, okay, who are those trusted partners I can plug into my team? And I don't necessarily need to know or do everything. And I think that really resonates in terms of, especially for our listeners, as you're building your team, not everybody has to be an actual employee of your company, but it's how do you find that right balance to kind of build out the skill set you need to move forward?